Hello, 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 hello. This is Sean Brady, reading the book of Proverbs. The first word of this book, Mishle, has provided the title by which it is generally designated in Jewish and Christian circles. The name Proverbs, while not an exact equivalent of Mishle, describes the main content satisfactorily, even though it is hardly an adequate designation for such parts as 1 or 1-9, 18, 31, or 10 through 1031. Among some early Christian writers, the book was also known by the name of Wisdom, and in the Roman Missal, it is referred to as a book of wisdom. The book of Proverbs is an anthology of the didactic poetry forming part of the septennial literature of the Old Testament. Its primary purpose, indicated in the first sentence, 1-F, is to teach wisdom. It is thus directed particularly to the young and inexperienced, but also to those who desire advanced training in wisdom. The wisdom which the book teaches covers a wide field of human divine activity, ranging from matters purely secular to the most lofty moral and religious truths, such as God's omniscience, power, providence, goodness, and the joy and strength resulting from abandonment to Him. The teaching of the entire book is placed on a firm religious foundation by the principle that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. To Solomon are explicitly ascribed parts 2 and 5 of the book. He is patron of Hebrew wisdom. Of Agur and Lemuel, nothing further is known. Parts 3 and 4 are attributed to the wise. The remaining parts are anonymous. The manner of complication is conjectural. Parts 2 and 5 may have circulated first as independent collections, compiled before the fall of Jerusalem as references to Solomon, and Hezekiah. Parts suggest parts in 3, 4, and 7 would seem to belong to a third collection of a similar kind. The author of the first 9 chapters, a religious sage familiar with the earlier sacred books, was the editor of the whole as we have it, probably in the early part of the 5th century BC. Christ and the apostles often expressly quote the Proverbs, or repeated their teaching, compare Luke 10:14, Proverbs 25, and many others. The book has an important place in the Latin and Greek liturgies. On the basis of titles, subject matter, and poetic structure, the book of Proverbs may be divided as follows. The introduction, the value of wisdom. 2, the first collection of Proverbs of Solomon. 3, savings of the wise. 4, other sayings of the wise. 5, second collection of the Proverbs of Solomon. 6, the words of Agur. 7, numerical Proverbs. 8, the words of Lemuel. And 9, the ideal wife. Continue listening, and we hope you enjoy this production.